Yo, freaking yo. I am hyped today. I don't know if it's the caffeine. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just feeling freaking hyped today. Welcome into the Fit CEO podcast by Chad Molyneux. Hope you guys are doing absolutely freaking amazing as I currently am doing. But like like most like most podcasts, I am on a time crunch. So we're gonna dive right into the meat and potatoes of today's topic. And what today's topic is going to be is morning and evening routines. More specifically, the morning routine and the evening routine that I've been doing for damn near, I don't know, it feels like an eternity at this point. But let's get rocking and rolling. If you guys don't know who I am, once again, my name is Chad Molyneux. I'm the CEO of the Next Level Coaching Academy. Almost forgot what I was the CEO of there for a second. But the Next Level Coaching Academy, we are a business consulting company that helps fitness trainers move their business online and grow and scale profitable online businesses. Okay, so let's get in. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to go step by step on what I do for my morning routine, and then I'm going to go step by step on what I do for my evening routine, and I'm going to break down the reasonings behind why I do each of these things. Okay, so first things first in a morning routine is you got to wake up, right? So what time do I wake up? My alarm is set for 5:15 every single day. So sometimes I wake up before the alarm, and then sometimes I wake up right at the alarm. All right. So here's my weakness. I do have a kryptonite. When I wake up at 5:15, I tend to lay in bed for about 15 minutes and I tend to scroll on Instagram, which I know is a bad habit. Trying to break it. Don't hate on me for it. But I usually get out of bed at 5:30. All right. So get out of bed at 5:30, do all the normal stuff, brush your teeth. I put my contacts in. I'm literally blind as a bat. And then from there, I kiss Caitlin goodbye, go walk out the door, grab a water. As I'm walking out the door, I grab a water, and then I go upstairs. I'm very grateful for this, but in our high rise on the 36th floor is our gym. So I don't have to walk to a gym. I don't have to drive to a gym. But I go upstairs and I walk on the treadmill for about 10 to 15 minutes. And during that time, I listen to whatever it is I'm listening to at the moment. It could be an audiobook. It could be, I'm on a binge with a podcast. Currently, I'm inside of the Arate Syndicate Mastermind. So I'm working through those modules right there. All right. So we've broken down a little bit. Let's go back. Let's backtrack and let's talk about some of the reasonings why I do these things. Okay. So why do I wake up early? Right. And there's some successful entrepreneurs that say, the time you wake up doesn't matter. And then there's some successful entrepreneurs that say the time that you wake up does matter. I'm on the latter side. I think the time that you wake up absolutely does matter. And I purposely wake up early to create momentum in the day. And I talked about this concept the other day, but you got to move fast. You got to move fast. If the reason people aren't reaching their goals is because they're not moving fast enough, and they create in their mind such a big distance between where they're at and where they want to be. And because there's such a great distance between where they're at and where they want to be, they purposely pace themselves really slow. That would be like me saying, hey, you're going to run a marathon, and you're purposely going to pace yourself really slow because you're running a marathon. But if you create in your mind that your goal is a sprint, you're going to increase your pace, you're going to get more done, and you're going to reach your goal a hell of a lot faster. So because I'm about speed, because I'm about momentum, which is created from speed, I wake up early, start my day early, and get the ball freaking rolling. All right. So number two, I said I get a water as I'm walking out the door. Reason I do that, got to stay hydrated. I do drink caffeine, and I try to get some water in my body before I do have caffeine. All right, number three, I said I go for a walk and I listen to something at the same time. So reason I do that, I go for a walk because it's like my first cup of coffee. It wakes me up, gets me excited, detaches me from work, right? Opposed to just diving right into work. I like to go for a walk, get the blood flow going, get the mind going. And that's where the listening to a podcast, audiobook, whatever it may be. The reason I listen to that is it gets my brain juices flowing. So I'm getting my body flowing, I'm getting my brain flowing, and I'm getting prepped. It's essentially like a warm up for my work day. All right, after I'm finished my walk, get my coffee. Always got to get the coffee. I personally love coffee. I don't know what it is. It just makes me more creative, and it makes me get shit done. So I purposely am pro coffee, not pro abusing coffee, but pro using coffee for its purpose, which is give you a little jump start right in the beginning of the day. Um, so I make the coffee. I don't start drinking the coffee yet. I also get a water because I want to have my second glass of water before I drink my coffee. And I don't finish drinking the water either. I make my coffee, make my water, set it on my desk, go and take a shower, and then when I come back, I visualize for 3 minutes. So I'll lay down on my office floor and I'll set a timer for 3 minutes and I visualize. Now, reason it's set for 3 minutes is personally, I don't think you need to be doing visualizations for 10, 15 minutes. I don't even know if I can do visualization for that long. I'm sure I could, but I feel like I would just be playing the same image in my mind over and over and over again. I have very specific things that I visualize. They're things that I want to happen in my life. They're things that I want to happen for NLCA. They're things that I want to happen for my family, for my loved ones. I have a whole pattern and image that I go through, but it usually takes me about 3 minutes. And you'll see, because I'll talk about this later on, I'm not about morning routines that take multiple hours. My morning routine is probably 30, 45 minutes tops. But visualize for 3 minutes is a very important part because I think, not that I think, I know when I don't visualize, I lose sight of where I'm going. And I tend to actually become a little pessimistic when I don't visualize. And I tend to, because there's a lot of negativity in business, right? And I tend to think about that negativity opposed to thinking about the positivity. But when I visualize, it keeps me in a really positive frame, and it keeps me vision focused on where I'm going. So that's why I visualize. And that's why I visualize for 3 minutes. All right. So done with visualization. Now I'm officially at my desk. This is usually about 6:30, I'd say, right around 6:30-ish. So I sit down on my desk and I have a very specific journaling exercise that I do. So number one, I'm writing down my money targets. All right. So there's 4 money targets that I write down. What I must make in a year, what I must make in a quarter, what I must make in a month, and what I must make in a week. Now, here's the special part of that. It's not what I'm currently making. It's not even what I want to make. It's 10 times the amount of what I'm currently making. So I take the amount that I'm currently making and I multiply it by 10, the multiple of 10. And then those are the numbers I write down. Why do I do that? Because they're astronomical numbers. And if I'm writing down astronomical numbers every day, I'm a big believer of shoot for the moon and then you'll fall with the stars or whatever that saying is, right? So you'll overset your goal and you'll get close. You may not reach it. You probably won't reach it, but you'll get a hell of a lot farther than if you just say, yeah, I'll make an extra whatever it is a year, right? And usually people are pretty modest with that stuff. So that's what I do to overcome that modest side. So I write down those 4 things. From there, I write down 2 affirmations. The 2 affirmations are linked to some of the things that I'm visualizing, or a goal that I'm trying to achieve, or a character trait that I'm trying to develop. But I just write down two visualizations, 2 affirmations, right? If you notice what I do, a lot of people will write down 10, 20 whole pages worth. I literally just write down 2 because those 2 are extremely important and extremely powerful for me. All right, once I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write down three grateful fors, not 15 grateful fors, 20 grateful fors, 3. And I make sure they're powerful and I make sure they're meaningful. And I believe in that. When you do less of something, you make whatever you're doing much more meaningful and much more powerful. All right. And then from there, I write down my sales targets for the day. I'm going to speak in past tense because I used to do everything in my business. And I think for the context of the listener, this would be more applicable to you. It's not what I do anymore because I don't do everything in my business anymore. But this will apply more to you. So what I used to do is I'd write down my sales targets, which were calls booked, calls closed. How many calls am I going to book today? How many calls am I going to close today? I'd write down my marketing targets, which is what am I going to post? Where am I going to post it? And then I would write down client delivery targets, which are what do I need to do for my clients today? And then number 4, I would write down any additional projects that need to get done. Now, I'm mostly focused on this stage of my business. We have a 4-person sales team. We have a 5-person messenger team. We have team members that take a lot of those things. So personally, I'm focused on just a lot of project work that's moving the company forward. So that's what I'm writing down on my power list or to-do list, whatever you want to call it. But like I said, I want to give you the framework that I used when I was doing everything in my business. Okay. Then from there, once I'm done with that journaling exercise, which is once again, 10x money targets, 2 affirmations, 3 grateful fors, and then targets for the day, like what needs to get done for the day. If you're the solo person in your business, that's sales, marketing, client delivery, and projects. Depending on where you're at in your business and what you've offloaded, you can condense that list to whatever you need it to be. Okay, so once I'm done journaling, I will go into the bedroom. I will officially say good morning to Mila and Caitlin. And then from there, I come back, I make that really quick. Good morning. Hi, Mila. Give her a kiss. Hi, Caitlin. Give her a kiss. God, I'm so freaking weird. And then I would come back. And then there's something very specific that I do before I start my workday. So now we're talking about, I don't know, 7-ish, probably 7 in the morning. I'll do these 4 things. I'll check the company EODs, which is end of day reports. So to see how we did the day before. I will check Wave, which is our payment processor, check up on declined payments, not reach out to them, but just, see the status of them and just, see what's happening in there. Then I'll go over to QuickBooks. I'll check expenses. I'll check where we're at in the month in terms of profit and loss, make sure that we're on track. And then I'll check all of my different bank accounts. I'll add up the sum of where we're at, and then I put it on a specific Google Sheet. The reason I do the last part is I don't know how much you guys know about my journey, but I really, really struggled with money mindset. Now I think it's one of my stronger suits because I really, really focused on it. And I think I have a whole podcast on improving money mindset. But nonetheless, one of those activities that I would do to improve my money mindset is always know what's happening in your bank accounts. I would always write up the sum of all the bank accounts, and I would always put it on a piece of paper so I know exactly where I'm at. And that's getting better at something is just knowing it more and being around it more and acknowledging it more and letting it be in your presence. That's how you improve your money mindset. It's not avoiding it. It's literally confronting it. Even if it's not the number that you want, it's confronting the problem because it will make you work. It will motivate you. I promise. So once I'm finished with those 4 things, checking the end of the day reports, checking Wave, checking our expenses, and checking the bank account, that is when I officially start my morning meetings and start the actual work day. All right. So that is my 7-figure morning routine. Let's go on over to I got 15 minutes. Okay, cool. Let's go on over to the evening routine. All right. So this is something that's newly implemented. I've always been a rock star at the morning routine. It's something that I've been doing for years and years and years. The evening routine is something relatively pretty new to me. It's something that I've always struggled with, but I've been really consistent with it for the past short while. All right. So what I do is I keep my evening routine even shorter than my morning routine. All right. So my evening routine is I'll write down 3 wins for the day. Reason I do that, once again, is when you're an entrepreneur, you're just getting punched in the face with putting out fires, with different headaches, with, if you have a team, you have to deal with other people's emotions and personalities. It's a lot, right? It could be really emotionally draining. And if you let it take you there, it could take you to a really negative place. And it can be really hard to get out of that negative place. So something that I do to stay in a positive mindset is I write down what are the 3 wins from the day? What are the 3 things that I could be super proud about, either from our total team, something that I did, whatever it may be. All right. From there, I write 3 grateful fors for the same exact reason. Then I do a little brain dump. So we use monday.com. That's our CRM. I'll go to my specific task sheet, and in my task sheet, I have a little section where it's just random ideas. Like anything that comes to mind, I just dump it into that random idea bucket because I want it out of my brain and I want it on a piece of paper. One, so I'm not forced and wasting energy trying to remember it. And yeah, that's basically it. That's basically the reason. So you should always have a brain dump. Always get the ideas on paper, because if you risk the risk missing that idea or not having that idea on paper, that could be money out of your pocket. That could be lives not changed as a result of not implementing that. So I have a brain dump. And then lastly, I rewrite down my 10x money targets, close the paper, close the computer, and call the day. So that's my evening routine, guys. That's my morning routine. Nothing crazy, but I'm super freaking consistent with it. And that's something I noticed, especially with, this happens at a couple of different stages in business. In the beginning, you need a routine in order to do the things that you have to do. But anytime you want to get to that next tier, you need to tighten up the routines. You need to refine the routines. You need to improve the routines. And that's something that I've been very, very consistent at for a long time. And I think it's attributed to a lot of success. So hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please take a screenshot, post it on your IG, tag me up, let me know you loved it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll chat with you guys soon. Peace.